Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Crash Course Education, AP World History Edition. This episode is brought to you by the College Board and by GSMST.
Internal magnetic forces.
So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about the emergence of transregional networks of communication and exchange in the Middle East and North Africa. That sounds like a lot, but it's basically how goods were transferred throughout these two regions and throughout the rest of the post-classical world, as you will soon find out that they were all interconnected. The most prominent network of exchange at this time was the Silk Road. As you can see in this picture, it stretched from North Africa to China and covered over 4,000 miles of both land and water. This was extremely significant at the time because maritime trade methods were just now starting to be introduced. By the way, maritime means through the sea. One common misconception about this road, however, was that it was an actual road, when in reality it was a collection of paths merchants could take to get to their desired locations. It was appealing because it was safer and easier to travel upon. What made this route safer, though, were the caravanserais that were located all throughout these roads. They were little inns and hotels that traders could go to rest, eat something, feed their animals, which were usually camels and donkeys, and switch out their animals for healthier and stronger ones that could last the entire journey. Now, that's just one example of a significant trade route. Others included the Trans-Saharan, Indian Ocean, and the Mediterranean. These also had caravanserais and were also considered safe and easy to travel upon. Some goods that were exchanged throughout all of these trade routes included physical items, such as raw materials used for construction, cotton and silk textiles, pre-made clothing and food, and spices, or intangible goods, which were arguably the most important type of goods. Some intangible goods included language, culture, messages, religion, information, stuff of that nature. With the exchange of intangible goods came cultural diffusion, which is the spreading of practices from a central area. Before they knew it, people from all around the world began to show similar characteristics and attitudes due to this vast spread of culture, even if they had never met. As I mentioned before, religion was a major practice being spread around these countries through these trade routes. The two main ideologies being passed around were Islam and Christianity. At first, Christianity and Islam shared two totally different attitudes towards trade. Christians did not believe in trade and thought it was unethical. Devout followers would link this exchange to being greedy and thought it to be a surefire way to get into the underworld. Muslims, however, were fine with this opportunity as long as it was fair to both parties and did not include lying or scamming. In fact, it was even stated in their holy text, the Quran. Soon, both religions started seeing eye to eye and began to participate in trade in order to make money and gain access to goods that were not always around in their available areas. One negative thing about these trade routes, however, was the spread of diseases. The first notorious disease that was passed from merchant to merchant was the plague of Galen, or smallpox. This epidemic affected 1/3 of Rome's population in 165 CE, and even more throughout the rest of the world, including the Middle East and North Africa. The second plague, called the Plague of Justinian, was medically known as the bubonic plague and killed 25 million worldwide in 541 CE. The final plague was another round of smallpox known as the Plague of Cyprian. It lasted 20 years, and almost everyone blamed the Christians for it. The sicknesses spread at a rapid rate, but merchants decided it was worth the risk and that the good outweighed the bad, the good being a boosting economy. Now that you all know just a tad bit more about transregional networks of communication in the Middle East and North Africa, I want to know what you think. Was this introduction a good opportunity for countries to begin talking and forming alliances? Or did it just open a can of worms for more disputes and divisions throughout the world? Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video explaining Key Concepts 3.1. Thank you for watching.